Number 7, the Pop Song Professor, and welcome to my channel where we roast song lyrics like friggin' little marshmallows. Today is another great day, and this video is actually going to be super fun because we are roasting your lyrics submitted by people from this channel, as well as the lyrics of the sponsor of this video, because this video is brought to us by Minerva's new single, Quarter Life Crisis.
Why the hell am I trying to make it in music? Trying to predict my future is fucking useless. Hard to do a project when no one gives you a rubric. 3 AM overanalyzing, I'm drowsy. With everybody around me sleeping soundly. I keep feeling the life be trying to drown me. Before I know it, I'ma lose my shit, rub it down.
Whew, wow, super intense, man. That song is awesome. You should definitely go into the description and listen to it on Spotify. Wow. Now we are gonna roast Minerva's song, but we're gonna start by roasting your song. This first song comes from Caleb, and the song he says is called River. It relates to my situation in life. I want to flow free, move forward, yet I feel easily corrupted like a river is easily polluted. Okay, I mean, that's kind of actually a cool idea, but let's see if the lyrics hold up. The river starts as a single drop from as high up as a mountaintop, leaving its mark upon what was left. Of its own self it is bereft. Acid rain corrupts the terrain. Those words sink into his brain. Watch him cry as he looks up high. What he fears falls from the sky. Okay, so first off, Caleb, raindrops don't have brains. Duh. And also, there's not a going out of business sale on cliches. Leaving its mark, sink into his brain, falls from the sky. Seriously, what you've got here is a really cool idea. I love the concept, but I think you need to slow it down. I think you need to spread it out over a couple of stanzas because you're trying too hard to squish it all in together, which means you're having to be very quick in describing things instead of describing things very well. And I think that if you try to describe this the way you actually feel it a little bit more rather than relying on cliches, is gonna be amazing. Boom, roasted. All right, this next song comes from the one, the only, Big Jack. And we're gonna listen to a sample from his Spotify.
Come to the park and I pop the trunk, sneak inside and I rob the bucks. No, I'm not a thief, but if I was, I wouldn't regret it. Yeah, the words in a few songs shouldn't have said them. That's what I stole your time, but I still don't regret it. Yeah, don't be afraid. Okay, not bad. And actually, he's a better rapper than me. Boom, self-roast. But seriously, I love that you're putting it out there, and I love that you obviously have something to say and are ready to say it. So he says, the song is about what inspires him and his passion to write whenever he is inspired. He says, here I am coming back with the inspiration. Took a while, guess I had to test your patience, cause in my rap career, I'm the doctor, so I will save it. Gonna stay on that track, though not racing. Yeah, you must be super busy because apparently you have 3 careers. You're a rapper, a doctor, and a racehorse. But in all seriousness, it's a super cool idea, but the metaphors start to get super mixed up. And so I'm kind of like, what is he now? Cause you've got, the doctor, gonna stay on that track, though not racing. Doctors don't race, they heal people. Commit to the metaphor and keep up all the hard work. You're doing great. Boom, roasted. This next song comes from Braden with a Y. The song is about my personality changing during my freshman year of high school and feeling like I don't fit into my friend group anymore. Who can relate? Anybody? Anybody? Yep, all of us? Okay, cool. I think my light switch moved an inch away from the door, cause when it's dark, I can't seem to turn the lights on no more. Every day I feel like I might just fall through the floor. Ever heard of Grammarly? Lights on no more? But no, seriously, I really like this because you're taking the metaphor and you're extending it out over several lines and really committing to this light switch bit. And it becomes a full picture, you're describing really well. And description is such a huge part of creating successful metaphors, which are a huge part of creating successful meaning in lyrical, poetic language. So gosh darn it, Braden with a Y, keep doing what you're doing. This next song comes from Rico. The song describes how I promoted my then new album by saying I was content being single when I knew I wasn't. It was about me feeling hypocritical within a religious context. Wow, there are a lot of moving pieces in your psyche, Rico. This broken home is where my heart is, cause I have now shown you my hypocrisy. I feel like the judgment is coming as I post blasphemy. Oh, what I'd give to hear God's chosen speak to me tonight. You know you're Rico when people describe you as an overthinker. Also, ever heard of rhyming? But no, seriously, this is heartfelt, and that's the most important building block from the very beginning. And that's a good lesson that you all should learn from Rico. Roasted. Next song is from Wayfair. It's about giving up on searching for something you've always needed, in this case God, knowing it'll either happen
or it won't. Whoa. I think that is like saying being content with a lot of extra words. What took you so long? I've been dying to meet you. Ever since that moment I opened your eyes, I've been yearning, trying to see you. Where have you been all my life? Everything falls right in place neatly, almost as if that's how it's made to go. I have given up this chase completely. Now I think it's time that you know. You and the first guy should hang out. You both really love cliches. What I really like about this is that it sounds like such normal talking, like it's normal speech, what they're saying, and there's such a flow to it. They're not trying too hard to be lyrical and fit things in. But yes, I've been dying to meet you ever since that moment I opened my eyes. Where have you been for all my life? Everything falls right in place. Like those are all cliches, which means essentially kind of at the base definition level, it's kind of a lazy way to say what you actually need to say. So you need to go and think that through a little bit more and say, okay, what am I actually trying to say here and how can I say that in my words, not somebody else's, because it's cheaper if it's in somebody else's words. Roasted! All right, let's roast some quarter life crisis before we get back to roasting your songs. But first, another listen.
Junior, it's more than my career, cause I ain't got no money and I'm trying to persevere. And I'm not sure if everyone I love now, dear, disappear in a year. I keep falling for my fears, getting used to have anxiety, now I live in my head.
Actually, you know what? That is pretty doggone good.
I'm only saying that because he's sponsoring the video and I don't want him to get mad.
He starts off 20-something and I ain't sure how to do this. Why the hell am I trying to make it in music? Gosh, dude, if you don't have that figured out by now, I don't think there's that much I can do to help you. I'm at 25 to life, that's a hell of a sentence. Yeah, when you don't get to spoil the ending. Oh, I get it, because ending's at the end of the stanza. Oh man, that's a good one. All my life, I've been a winner. I got a lot to prove, and letting people down's the last thing that I want to do. I mean, as if though there are a lot of people out there who just like, the thing that really gets them going is letting people down. Because nothing I've done is enough. I'm gonna run out of time for I climb to the top of the pack. Whoa, my greatest fear is mediocrity. Dude, this song must scare the heck out of you. Ah, I kid. This song is actually super cool, guys. And it's got huge Linkin Park vibes with maybe a little bit more emphasis on the rapping side. And the whole idea of a quarter life crisis is something I've thought about before and felt like, so this was a quarter life crisis feels like. And then I have that same exact expression and feeling like every 2 weeks. So yeah, I've had a lot of quarter life crises, but this song captures like that whole feeling super well. And it's really, really well done, super well produced, and it is an awesome song. I made fun of some of the lyrics, but in all honesty, Matt really knows how to write from the heart while still making it sound good lyrically. He's definitely a rapper to watch. He's the guy who made the Blurry Face musical that had to get canceled because the label was gonna come for him. But you should totally check out the song. It's down in the description. Here's another quick clip of it.
I've hit a quarter life crisis, I'm indecisive and got a clue. Sun ain't rising on the horizon, I'm feeling blue.
This next one comes from Kyle, and I want you to give it a quick listen. Makes you wish that his lyrics were as good as his ukulele playing. But let's see what it's about. He says it's about finding inspiration and continuing a cycle of inspiring others. Had something to do with finding a feather. He says, I am the bird and the song is the feather. I wrote it for you so that you would remember my mark on this world will not be unheard, for this song is the feather and I am the bird. Okay, we get it. You're the bird. Thank you. This song is a present that I made for you, so maybe one day you will leave a gift too. Your mark on this world, it will not be unheard, for your mark is your feather and you are the bird. Who is the bird? Is everybody the freaking bird? It's like that Portlandia skit where they go into the antique shop and they're like, put a bird on it. Kyle, that is not how you make a song good. But seriously, the style of lyrics with the kind of repetition where it sort of turns that first line inside out for the end of the stanza is actually a really cool way of doing it and makes it feel very true to the ukulele playing and just gives a sense of completion and wholeness to the stanza, which I love. If I have any problems, it's with the third line of each stanza. My mark on this world, it will not be unheard. You're basically adding this chop right in the middle of the line. My mark on this world, it will not be unheard, where you're adding this whole independent clause right after this noun phrase, and it makes the whole thing feel like super choppy, which doesn't go along so much with the smooth flowing, happy sunshine ukulele playing.
Roasted.
This next one comes from Michael H. He says it's about being taken away from a false place of comfort that you thought would last. And the lyrics go like this. But now no one is here to keep me safe. No one can protect me from my blackened veil. No one is here to save me from the ending of my grim fairy tale. Like the pun there, that is very good. This is a roast. Gosh darn it, Michael, you were too good. I was free of it for a while. It was true down to the core, but I guess I'm not in Wonderland anymore. Honestly, I don't have a roast for you. I really liked the grim fairy tale pun. I will say it was true down to the core. I have no clue what that means. It is an indefinite pronoun, which means it doesn't necessarily refer to anything, and here it's not really pointing at anything. Like, it was true down to the core. What was true down to the core? And down to the core of what? Like, I have no idea what's going on in that line. But overall, like the Grimm fairy tale, the Wonderland, there's a wonderful connection between those and like the type of illusion that you're making. Look that up, folks. ALLUSION. An illusion is a super cool way to bring a little bit of high-class pish-posh to your song. Not roasted. This next song comes from Noah, and it is about a loved one who is struggling mentally. The singer is attempting to emphasize and possibly help. Well, there's the first roast, and it is that you said the singer is attempting to emphasize, not empathize. English is a very important language to learn. You should probably go learn it. This castle was taken by force, by a big bad knight on an armored horse. Nothing could quench his thirst. Brains in the moat floating on remorse. Ironclad clashing clans with simple minds and simple plans. I'll hold you close, I'd take your hand as our horses race us to the promised land. Excuse me? What was that fourth line? I feel like Noah's the kind of person who's normal most of the time, but every once in a while his friends look over at him and he's like, I wonder what cats would look like inside out. Brains in the moat floating on remorse? Where did that come from? That was so random and gory. But seriously, yeah, I would kind of try to maintain a very even tone across your song, because the tone that you have overall is really good. It's like whimsical because the rhythm is so strong, and you keep to the rhymes and you say things like big bad. So there's a little bit of fun, flirty alliteration in there. So it's like, it's cool, but I think that one line just really is like, what happened here? Roasted. And this next song comes from Slumber, but before we go over that, I want to remind you that this video was entirely made possible. I wasn't gonna do any more roast videos really, but it was made possible by Minerva, who sacrificed his song to the roast and made it possible for all of you guys to get roasted too. So definitely check out the link to his song, DBL. Down below, does that work? I don't know. But let's get back to Slumber. He says the song is a narrative about an outcast outlaw who, through tragedy, finds redemption. Is there any other way that people find redemption? I mean, I feel like it's always tragedies, right? Well, I'm wanted in the West. I was forgotten in the East. My only clothes are on my chest. My only company is this beast. The horse is probably like, excuse me. That I saddled on the trail and sing songs to by the fire. You're not even that great of a singer. I mean, maybe he is, but in the narrative, the horse is feeling a little bit bitter about being called a beast. Sometimes I write you mail just to tell you I admire. Are you writing letters to the horse? Admire who you are without me, then I scribble out my name and pledge myself devoutly to no one just the same. I simultaneously do and do not want to know more about this cowboy's relationship with his horse. But seriously, cool song. It is a little bit confusing on that point, but I kind of reading back over it, see the transition. Sometimes I write you mail just to tell you I admire. Mail feels a little bit anachronistic. Maybe that's just me, but I would say something like letters or something else other than mail. And then in the second line, when you say my only company is this beast, it feels like you were trying really hard to rhyme with east and didn't want to come up with a different way of saying this that makes more sense than referring to your horse as this beast. And a horse is a beast, right? Technically in the definition of it, but it just also feels anachronistic, just in the opposite direction. But I love the concept, and you did a really great job of like developing character and setting there and creating this conflict between the letter writer and the other person, right? So good job. Roasted. Thanks guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and Minerva's song. I'll talk to you guys soon.